Hello, everyone. This is my first stream, so bear with me. Yeah, my name is Esk. I'm doing a hardcore World of Warcraft challenge called Murlocked. It's a challenge where you can only kill Murlocs. This is Murglebolt. She's mage. I'm going to turn off her name so I don't have to look at that, but I'm in the Murlocs-Only guild. Me and one other person, a warrior, whom I've also been playing. Got pretty far on him. He's not dead yet. I might post some videos with him later, but I figured for streaming I should start a new character. So that's not it. What did I just do? Turned off all my stream. Wait. There we go. Okay. So the rules of this challenge. Here we've got our Murlocked Covenant. It's a strangely damp scroll. Got 3 closets. The first one is not optional. The second 2 are, but I'm going to go with them. Clause 1, Murlocked. You can only fight Murlocs and their pets, as in hunter pets. You may not group with players who are not participating in the challenge. And it has 2 possible amendments. We'll get back to those. Clause 2, Merc found. You can only equip items looted from Murlocs and the treasure chests they guard. And this applies to all equipment slots. So basically anything where you have to put something in a slot on your person. So that's, you know, all your slots here and your back slots. And then clause 3, Murgle-minded. You're not allowed to accept quests unless they directly have to do with Murlocs or lead into, quest chains that do have to do with Murlocs. Even so, you still can't kill non-Murlocs if the quest chain requires that. And that does apply to class quests, which makes this really difficult for some classes, like Warlock especially. Like, you wouldn't be able to get any of your demons. So that would make it pretty tough, since those require killing. So since we're going with all 3 of these, the first thing I need to do is just, every good challenge run involves just stripping totally naked, right? All good. Can't wear any of that. Can't take off my backpack, so that's going to have to stay there. And then for our... Oh, thank you for the buff. For the amendments, so we can either allow ourselves to kill any hostile crustaceans, like Makrura and crawlers. Makrura are those, like, lobster men. Crawlers are just crabs, of course. But you're still not allowed to kill neutral crustaceans. So you can't just seek them out and massacre them on the beach, which is, sad for a mage because there's that really good farming spot in Westfall. Or we can allow ourselves to kill hostile fish like frenzies and sharks. And, there's some debate as to whether sharks are fish, but let's just say they're fish. And again, no neutrals. So on my warrior, I went with the second one, the Makrura and crawlers, but for this one, I'm going to go with the hostile fish. I don't know when that would serve me, but just to be different, for the second clause, so we can either allow ourselves to equip items found in any other container in the world, so like not just treasure chests guarded by Murlocs, but other chests, clamshells, where you might get, say, a fishing pole. I went with that one again on my warrior. This time around, I'm going with the second one, which is we can equip any fishing rod. So we can straight off the bat buy a fishing rod. And we're also allowed to equip items that we get through fishing, which might be a good little bonus for us, just depending on our luck, I guess. And then lastly, for the quest amendment, the options are that we can accept any quest so long as it doesn't involve killing non-Murlocs. So like any pacifist quest. This is a really good way to get early XP because the first Murlocs that we have to kill are like level 6, which is not something we can do straight off the bat, and you can only really get so much through exploration XP. So I went with this on my warrior. I had to get up to about level 4 through doing quests and exploration before I was actually able to successfully kill a Murloc without it killing me first. However, as a mage, I feel like, well, let's see. I don't get Frostbolt yet. Let's see. I get Frostbolt at level 4? Okay, that's going to make this a lot harder. What I'm hoping... I'll have to train Arcane Intellect. What I'm hoping is that I will be able to find some spots where I can kite the Murloc and, you know, maybe abuse a fence or something. And that might allow me to kill it with fireballs. I don't get Fire Blast till 6. Yeah, okay. This is looking harder than I thought. But you know what? We're going with it, and if we die, so be it. The other option that we're going to be selecting for Murgle-minded is that we are allowed to equip items rewarded by completing Murloc-related quests. And there are a few good ones. I didn't pick this on my warrior, and it hurt me so much when I had to vendor some of those quest rewards. So yeah, that's it. That's the 3 clauses and the 3 amendments, and I think we're good to go. I'm gonna click sign. Do I want to sign the Murlocked Covenant? My vows will be sealed in ink and brine forever. Excuse me. Accept. Murglebolt, sealed in ink and brine, July 3rd, 2026. All right. I can always refer to this later. Okay, so I'm just going to close this. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know how we're going to do this challenge. The first thing is I need 10 copper so that I can train Arcane Intellect, so I get those extra 2 int. Should boost my mana pool a bit, allow me some more leeway. I can't do any of these quests, obviously. So yeah, let's see what we get from selling our stuff here. Okay, plenty. Plenty. And I'm actually going to forgo training in there. I'm just going to run straight through to the end. In Felsamar, I'm going to train there. Assuming I make it through the cave, it'd be really embarrassing if I don't. So first things first, let's put on our frost armor. Gives me a fighting chance. And I've also got fort, thanks to some passing priest. I'm assuming a dwarf. Is there a visitor to our lands? Alright. I can't take your quest. Hands. I always thought it was Hans. Hans Springsprocket. Sorry, buddy. No Murlocs here, no quests. Okay, here we go. Oh, and lucky me, there's already a little gnome warrior who's cleared the way. And it's a bank alt. I don't know why they're going back to the starter area. I guess they forgot something there. Be really embarrassing if a bank alt died on the way to the starting area. Imagine they have like hundreds of gold in their little backpack, and oh, okay, they didn't kill all of them. All right, so it's level 4. Can't kill it, have to go around it. Just gonna hope for the best, maybe do a little bit of pro hunter, strafe jumping. Oh, I'm not good at this. Never mind. And there's somebody fighting that. Okay, we are 100% safe. I don't know what to think about that name. I'm gonna ignore it. Just stop following me. Jesus. While we're going through here, this is risky, but I feel like I should probably get some more exploration XP, and there's a few spots on the map here. So let's get rid of all those chest icons that I can't even use. Oh, okay. So I don't want to die, but okay. Here we go. We're gonna do it. Little level 1 mage just About to get mauled by a bear. I'm gonna turn on the music. Normally I don't have the music on while I'm playing. I have other stuff going in the background, but oh, the nostalgia. I'm gonna turn the volume down just slightly. Hey, Chillbreeze Valley, 55 XP. There's a Yeti in this cave up here that would just completely trash me. We're gonna pass it, hopefully. If not, we go again, right? Them's the rolls. You start over. Oh, speaking of rolls, so there's that clause about not equipping anything that you don't find on a Murloc or from their chests. I forgot to include in that you are allowed to include crafted items. So if I were to do engineering or tailoring is hard on this because Murlocs do not drop cloth. They're naked. If I were to somehow manage to craft some equipment, I'd be able to equip that. That's allowed. To amend the amendment, or I guess amend the clause. All right, there's another place we can discover up here. It's where the trolls are guarding the shimmerweed. You know, trolls love their shimmerweed. Makes good beer, apparently. Or is it ale? Well, whatever. Anyway, if we can just get close enough. Level 8. We can just find our way. Oh, the wolves here are very unpredictable. Okay, stay away. Back off. Why is that wolf coming this way? Oh my god. Okay, turned around. I don't know if it's worth it. So long as I'm safe. I just gotta be careful. Just gotta watch my back and not, turn it on the wolves. There we go. Shimmer Ridge. 55 XP. Another 55 down. Alright, now we gotta get to Delsmar. Oh, thank goodness. There's somebody over there getting mauled by wolves. They're fine. It's a hunter with a... Jesus. Okay, okay. Save me. Save me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
How kind of you.
Thank you, kind paladin. Eloquent. Okay. I like that name. I, however, am not going to die, at least not today. Look at this. I'm already like 2/3 of my way through my first level. I can totally take down a level 6 Murloc, right? This is going to be a very short challenge otherwise. If I die, I'm going to reroll and I'm going to allow myself to take other quests. Okay, we got Keranos. Not Felsamar. I don't know why I was thinking that's in Loch Modan. That's really far. No way we're making it over there right now. Steel Grail's Depot. Of course, we'll discover Iron Forge. There's that Yeti Valley down there. We should probably go back and grab that. Don't have to dip too far into it to get the XP there. Plus, I mean, it's so close. The other thing we could do is there's a pretty safe path over to that lake over in the west near Nomergon. I don't know if we're going to need it. What I really want is to somehow make it to level 3 before fighting my first Murloc, because I think a 3-level difference is going to be enough. Bristle Den, check that off. The other thing is, I said I was going to train Arcane Intellect, and then I totally forgot. So let's do that. I look forward to getting clothing. She must be really cold. She doesn't have frost resistance like the dwarves do. She's used to being all holed up in her Gnomeregan home. Alright. Nope, you're not my trainer. You're not my trainer. Ooh. Oh,
Need assistance?
I sure do. I feel smarter already. I'm gonna open my inventory. That's not where that goes. Alright. Just gonna pop that there for now. Just made you smarter. Did it again. It's quite an investment on his part. Gets paid 10 copper. Benefits from it. Alright. There's a couple more places here we can get without risking our lives too much. Obviously Iron Forge, we're gonna have to pass through there, but there's also Misty Pine Refuge just to the east of that. And then there's that place with the other Yeti. Oh gosh. It's interesting doing a stream for no one, talking as if there are people here, but I'm assuming one day you, because obviously I'm talking to you, you'll be hearing this. So welcome. Glad to have you here. I hope this stream inspires you to do something as ridiculously stupid as fighting only Murlocs. I thought I came up with this idea myself. I mean, obviously not the concept of locking yourself to a single mob type. That was pretty much South Park that invented that with the boars. Boar-locked? I don't know. I don't know if they call that challenge, but the one where you can only kill boars to level up. That was basically inspired by... I just discovered the gates by going the wrong way around. That was, you know, inspired by that South Park episode, Make Love, Not Warcraft. I thought I was being original with Murlocked because, I mean, it's an obvious pun, but, you know, I can't resist a good pun, and so I started doing it, and a while later I thought, you know, I should probably post a video of this. It'd be fun to watch. It's something I would watch. So I searched for it on YouTube to see if anybody else had already, you know, sort of taken that name for a challenge, and yeah. Turns out there was another gnome mage. I'd already started my warrior by then, but there was a gnome mage who was doing not hardcore, but just a regular classic WoW Murlocs-Only challenge. I watched the first video, it was really well done. But yeah, it didn't really discourage me from continuing. So here we are. My toxic trait is that I pop the map open and closed over and over and over again. Level 7 bear. Place is not as safe as I was led to believe. So the other thing we could do, and I did do this on my warrior, at least my first one, yeah, I have to admit, I went through a few warriors before I finally got to the one that stuck around, who is now level 30. Very proud of him. Woohoo! Level 2. What can I train now? Probably nothing. Oh, hey! Oh, I got excited. I thought it said Frostbolt this level, but no, obviously that's in 2 levels. There's no way I'm getting 2 levels just through exploration. Sorry, I got distracted by that. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, multiple warriors. What I did on the first 2... Actually, yeah, I guess it was first 2. Do we dare go any further? I guess we can. The big red blob on the map here, that's in a cave. Caves are graves, as they say. Don't go in the tunnel unless you want to die. I keep getting distracted. So yeah, what I did on my first 2 warriors was I went to Teldrassil, which has a ton of pacifist quests, plus all the exploration XP that you can get from, fully exploring that area. My second warrior actually died on the way there, so he barely counts. My third did not go there. My third actually made a priest friend who healed him. I don't know if this is cheating, but she hadn't, well, yeah, that's actually against the rules. The rules were not as firmly established back then. They're so clearly not firmly established, or I would have put in a bit about allowing crafted gear, but he had a priest healing him. All right, I can discover, what is this area? So the way to Teldrassil, the way to Darnassus, from here, involves a really risky skip. It's fine up until a point, level 10. Okay, do not want to get aggro from that. That would be the end of this run. It's really risky because there are Murlocs. Ironically enough, he was killed by a Murloc. Very fitting. My first warrior was killed by a Horde guard. That is not fitting. That is embarrassing. I got the lake, but I missed, I guess, the quarry? It says Golbalar Quarry there, but it's actually 100 Hills. The quarry is there. So I can probably get that just by dipping down into the safe area there. Question is, do I want to get either of the other 2 areas here? Those are pretty safe. So before I run back and do that, let me grab these areas. But yeah, getting back to the skip to Darnassus, I'm considering having to do that as part of this run, simply because there's no way I'm going to get high enough level to kill a Murloc without any quests. So that's unfortunate. I have trauma from the bluegill Murlocs and the Krakelisks that sit between this zone and Menethil Harbor. Get really difficult. Okay, I think we can go through here and probably discover the next couple of areas. We're going to need every little bit of XP that we can get, so worth it. Oh, the real problem, and I did not think this through, is we wouldn't be able to train Frostbolt even if we wanted it. So we're stuck having to fireball our way to victory here. There's no way. This is going to be a really short run. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. It's just difficult to bail if things go wrong because the Murlocs, well... So there are 2 different kinds of Murlocs that we might fight. There is just the plain old Murloc, and then there's the Murloc Coast Runner. Those are both level 6 to 7. Coast Runner's probably too fast for us. We would never be able to get away from it, so I think that's going to limit us to just the plain old Murloc. We shouldn't go any further here. Alright, so new goal, let's hit level 3. If we can get to level 3, maybe our fireball spells will be powerful enough and irresistible enough that we'll be able to damage a Murloc. This is scary. Very scary. And then we'll somehow need to get... Conjure Water is great, but I guess we can live without it for a while. We can just take way longer to regen our mana. But Frostbolt, that is the key. And it's going to be core to our survival, and we're going to need a whole silver before we can get that. And of course, we have 3 copper to our name right now. You know what that means. We're screwed. Okay, so 2, maybe 3 more little areas we can get here. Really appreciate how neutral most of this zone is. I should not jinx it by saying that, but so far we've been pretty safe. We haven't been hit once. Again, I really need to shut my mouth, but I have this fear that I'm going to walk by and right-click a boar by accident, and that'll be the end of us. These boars, I've lost several characters to boars. Actually, my first, 2 hunters died to boars at different levels. First one in this zone, embarrassingly, and the second one in Westfall. 2 very piggy zones. Alright, we're gonna explore over here. We'll lose our stamina buff soon. That's the other thing. I mean, it would really help us if we could get some buffs. I almost wonder if we could get, the Onyxia buff and just smack a Murloc to death. Doesn't seem very magey, though. And it wouldn't be smacking because we don't have a weapon equipped. It would be punching. Yup. That attack power buff is no joke, though. 150 attack power. Compared to our 1 or 5, I guess. That'd be a 30 times multiplier. Our punches would be super powered. Even so, I don't think I'm going to do that. Not this time around. The Onyxia buff is great and definitely speeds things up. I mean, I could even... I could swim to Booty Bay. That run through Westfall, not great. There are wolves there that will eat you. But it can be done. I once ran a Tauren all the way from their starting zone to Elwynn, to Northshire Abbey. And the only time she was in any danger was going through Westfall, right at the beach there, because, you swim for most of it, so you can avoid pretty much everything. Murlocs didn't give her trouble, but there was a wolf. And thankfully, they don't like to swim. Okay, we do have to be careful here, because there's spiders. Not a fan of spiders. Come on, discover the area, please. Hello? Alright, Alcaz. Sweet. We are halfway through level 2. We're going to go back. We're going to grab Golbalar Quarry. Not Quarry. Quarry. Then maybe we can get that lake. There is like I said, there's a pretty safe path. And the lake itself is empty. Question is, do we need it? Right. So if each area is giving us, on average, around 60 XP at this point, we need... XP needed to level 465. That's a minimum of 8. Probably more like 9 or 10, depending on which regions we go through. I need 10 more explorable areas just to get to 3. So there's Golbalar, there's the lake over there, there's Gnomragon, there's... I forget the name of that little... Brunel village, I think. You can call it a village. It's like a bunch of people sitting in a circle. And then there's the troll cave. So that's 4. But also high risk. I discovered the gates of Ironforge. I don't think Ironforge itself gives anything. I could be wrong though. There's the Deep Run Tram, that doesn't give anything. There's Stormwind. I don't remember if... I can't remember if cities give exploration XP when you first discover them. And then, of course, there's a bunch of areas in Elwynn Forest that we could use. I don't think there's 10, though, so we're pretty much gonna have to do some of these. Or we risk our investment of time here, risk having to start over, and we go to Darnassus. We do the skip. I mean, that's definitely a lot more adrenaline, if that's what I'm after. When I first started hardcore, I did not like that feeling. Heart pulsing, like the... feel a thumping in my chest. It's like, no thank you. I don't ever want to feel that way again. And now I'm much more calm in the face of death. I guess having lost a few characters already, it's like, okay, it's not so bad. You just get to start over, and then, you know, you get to do all this again, and it's peaceful. Even so, I know people probably don't want to watch this boring part over and over again. It's probably... I don't know, is this more interesting or less interesting than farming Murlocs? Just non-stop Murlocs. So on my warrior, he's been pretty much limited to 1 or 2 Murlocs at a time, occasionally 3. But a mage has infinite AoE potential, right? I could be killing Murlocs by the dozens. And some places that is definitely possible. There are dozens of Murlocs. I don't need to go any further into here. I discovered the quarry. 65. Into this, I have 7 more explorations to go. Do we do the skip? Do we? Because there's no way, I mean, not in hardcore, to run through wetlands without dying, unless you do the skip. And I've done it so many times now, I've got it memorized, I think. It'd be really unfortunate if I was wrong about that and I jump off the wrong place and die. Kind of funny, though. Not for me. But for the theoretical viewer, you know, you watching this, if I die because I make a wrong jump, I hope you enjoy that. So just to place this in our crazy timeline that we're living in, it's July 3rd, 2026. Tomorrow, our country, the United States, you know, I say our country, my country, I don't know. I don't know where you are, but it's turning 250 years old, which in the scope of all nations is not that old, but a pretty big deal nonetheless. And it is hot as fuck. It is broiling in these United States right now. So I'm just going to be staying cool indoors. And I used to like fireworks when I was younger, but these days I really could care less. And it's certainly not worth braving 102, 105 degree temperatures. Feels like 114, you know, sweltering, disgusting heat. It's not worth going outside in that to see some fireworks tomorrow, so I'm probably going to be playing World of Warcraft. It's a long run. Wow. Do we go for the skip? Do we get eaten by a wolf? Quite possibly. I don't think this fence would even save us. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Oh. Oh no. 7. There's one over there behind the tree. Aw. I'm too young to die. I'm level 2. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna grab that lake. Why did somebody in general chat ask whether gnomes or dwarves were better for mage? I think they must have just come from retail. Oh, this is such a bad idea. So I want to create a sticky note with the rules, the Murlocked rules on it for reference, on the off chance that somebody joins the stream midway through. I'll know what it is I'm doing without me having to re-explain it. I like how I'm planning for this theoretical situation that is almost certainly not going to happen. Did I miss my turn? I think I did. I think I wanted to go through that frozen area instead of this way. Oh well. I guess we're off on a little adventure here, and now is not a good time to be distracted by creating sticky notes. She says, and then creates a new sticky note. Oh yeah. Oh, that was... There was a snow leopard there. I have the reflexes of a middle-aged woman. Okay, I need to not do this. Need to not be doing that right now. Calls to me. I want to type. Okay, so what we're doing here is silly because we're coming in through Gnomergon. We got the lake, that's good, but we're coming in way too close to Gnomer, and well, let me tell you, those leper gnomes, they will eat your face. Everything here will eat your face. Oh, including them. Once we're on the lake, we're more or less safe as long as we stay away from the middle, which is where all those wolves are. Okay. Ooh. 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 I messed up. So I'm allowed to equip a fishing pole.
What can I do for you?
I'm allowed to fish. I will not have the level... Oh, never mind, level 5. Okay. I was thinking I could use fishing to make some money to train, but no. Fishing is as expensive as training and happens later, and... are we ever going to get our frostbolt? I don't know. I don't know. This is a fool's errand. So we're going to discover Brunel Village. That should put us down to 5 areas that we need to explore, assuming it's not of lesser XP. Assuming we even get XP for exploring it. We'll see. Oh. Okay, 65. Okay. From here, we can maybe sneak our way into Gnomergon ever so slightly. Just put our toe over the line and hopefully don't get eaten along the way. Hopefully don't raise the ire of a leopard gnome. Oh. Okay, easy. And lastly, I should not be here at level 2. Lastly, the troll village. This one's a little trickier just because there's so many mobs roaming the area, and there's a dead bear there. Better than no dead bear. Because if there were no dead bear, the bear would respawn right on top of us. But a dead bear is actually a good thing. Cross main hold. Get it? Get it? Alright. Good. I'm almost tempted to hearth here, so we don't have to do the riskier part of this run. I think we're going to be okay. Let's save the time and make our way to Ironforge. Elwynn Forest will for sure be able to give us the rest of our XP. 3 more areas that we need to get. That'll put us at level 3, and then we're going to try flinging firebolts at a Murloc. And hope we don't die. I love this sound, it's so peaceful. Kind of barren. Like a snowy desert. Except with trees. So not like a desert at all, but... what's the word I'm looking for? And it's barren. You know? Yeah, so we can make our way down this little frozen stream here if we can make it past these. Yeah, okay. This generally isn't too bad. At least in my past experience. I should have made a night elf. Not a mage, obviously, but like... I think... Priest. Priest and Paladin are probably the 2 easiest classes for this challenge. Hunter too, but you don't get your pet till level 10. So it's going to be a little touch and go at the beginning. Priest would be really easy, I think, except you're really restricted by your wand, and getting a wand in this challenge is near impossible unless you're going to craft it. Even then, getting enough greens to craft it, like, you wouldn't have that from the beginning for sure, so you'd be out of mana constantly. But I could make a Night Elf Priest, and then getting from Darn to Ironforge, ooh. My death notification add-on just glitched out. The game stuttered. It'd be really ironic if the, where's it, Deathlog? Really ironic if Deathlog killed me. Wonder what happened. Should I reload just to be safe? Alright, so we've pretty much explored all of Dunmorrow. But, I want to, like, flip a coin or something as far as whether to go to Darnassus or Stormwind from here. Let's just go to Stormwind. I don't think the extra half a level that I get from going to Darnassus is gonna do anything for me. Maybe I could get a full level along the way. You know, there's Menethil Harbor, can't venture outside of that, so could maybe touch Bluegill Marsh without dying and get that. That's 2. They're higher level. Like, you're not meant to be there yet, so the XP is diminished from what it should be. But I don't know if it's going to be more or less than exploring zones that are level appropriate. Like, exploring Loch Modan gave the same XP as exploring areas here, so probably not going to get more from wetlands. So if I did the darn skip, I would, I keep saying skip, but it's not really even a, it's barely a skip, it's a risky journey. If I were to do that, ooh, 65 XP from Ironforge. Okay, so we'll get 65 from Stormwind too. Yeah, that should put us over. I think once we get to Elwynn, we'll pretty much be ready to start dying to Murlocs. I mean killing Murlocs. Is there something broken in those of us who take on hardcore challenges? I get it. The reason I do it is because I've played this game so many times in other ways that putting a new twist on it and making it actually feel like it matters again is like going back to the nostalgia that I felt when Classic first came out. And, you know, that obviously 2019, that was a good time. SOD was amazing. But getting to like re-experience Vanilla WoW for a third time in a new light is really cool. Even though nothing has changed. I mean, it's just Classic again, but if you die, you die. Like, what drives people to inflict additional challenges on themselves? I see people, you know, punching paladins, just punching mobs to death. I see... Oh, bam. Are we gonna miss it? Back when official hardcore first launched, there were tons of different challenges, but like Zaryo did that barbarian challenge where he could only wear leather up until 40 and male as a warrior and couldn't wear a shirt. There's a paladin, Elitherix, I think is the name, who this wasn't hardcore actually, but did the challenge where he could only level up killing undead, so he had to run all the way to Tearsfall Glade. Yeah, there's something wrong with us. That's okay though. Who's not broken? You're not broken, you're probably not very fun. Well adjusted, you know. Whenever I go through on the tram, I feel like telling whoever I'm with that it was originally meant to connect to Darnassus. It's like the "did you know that Aragorn broke his toe when he kicked this helmet" moment in Lord of the Rings. You know, it's that thing everybody probably knows about that they just can't resist saying. But like, yeah, that's why it looks like you're going under the ocean when normally, yeah, Ironforge to here, there's no ocean. So, you know, why is there a shipwreck? Why are there sea creatures? Well, it's because you were meant to be going all the way across the sea somehow to Darnassus. That would be way more impressive. We did not get anything for exploring Stormwind. I feel cheated. Ironforge gave XP, why didn't Stormwind? What's wrong with Stormwind? I'm just gonna say my character's already been here. She took a vacation as a young gnome to Stormwind. Stayed in a cottage on Crystal Lake, and Murlocs ate her parents. There we go, character motivation. That's why she's doing this. She's out to avenge her parents. I don't know why she's naked. I guess just crazed from grief. She looks crazed. That is the face of revenge.
I need to target something first.
She needs to target something first. Let's find her some Murlocs to target. We just need that one more exploration. Let's grab the flight point. I won't be able to afford to fly anywhere for a while, but let's do it. And then we'll set our hearth in Elwynn. Or should we set it here? Maybe here. You know, on the off chance that the Oni buff drops, or... like, we don't need the bank, or... oh, guess we might need the bank. 50 copper. Are you kidding me? Will you accept 3? No. Okay.
Careful.
Ooh, you know what? If we had gone to Darnassus, I don't know what the level requirement is, but Blubber Gump or Blubber Gump? Glump. Okay, so there's this dwarf in Aberdeen, in Darkshore, who will teach you fishing for free, so that would save us the 5 silver. And he will sell you a fishing pole, not for free, but that would allow us to start fishing. Saving us the 5 silver is huge. I'm guessing the level requirement on that is 5. Like, I don't think there's a way to learn... Why did I check my mail? That's just habit. I don't think there's a way to learn fishing before level 5. I set my hearth in the inn over here. By the way, it's the Fire Festival.
King's honor, friend.
Do you want my apples? Or my appy juice? No? Okay. Man, I miss my clothes. Remember when I wore clothes? Before I went mad and took them all off?
Safe.
I did not set my hearth. I was too busy reminiscing about the time I wasn't naked.
Go with honor, friend.
Okay. Just gonna go ahead and rebuff myself. Armored. I am smart. I'm doing something incredibly dumb. I went back to SOD recently. You know, there's that whole push to do like a community fresh event. I think they're in the 2nd phase now. So like they just started off at level 25 and are moving forward from there, but is it a crime to talk over the Stormwind music? That was nice. Thank you. 8 stamina. That doubled my health. Oh my god. That is huge. Discovered Elwynn. Okay. Ooh, Darkmoon Fair's going on in 2 days. Okay. Oh. I should not have stopped there. Thank goodness for frost armor. Oh. Wasn't paying attention. That's a crime in hardcore. You have to be focused. Focus at all times. What I was saying was, I recently went back to SOD a little bit, mostly just to reminisce and hop on my healer mage. But I had quit before, like, the undead event started. I guess that was next, like the repatch for that or something. I don't know. Whatever introduced the undead outside Stormwind, and I was very surprised to step out there. I was trying to do this challenge, basically, in SOD just to see what it'd be like. I was very surprised to step out and see a bunch of undead there that I was not expecting. SOD was so good, though. I hope Classic Plus is anywhere near as fun. It really changed things up in the best possible way. Alright, so the Murlocs are on my left. I'm level 3. This is probably our best shot. You know, we've got our fort. We've got a little bit of a buffer there if we get hit. I don't know how much damage my firebolts are gonna do. Fireballs, but, okay. Moment of truth. Otherwise oh, level 7. Otherwise we start again. Level 6. Here we go. There are fences over there that I might be able to jump over a little bit. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, okay. Don't resist anymore and we might be fine. Oh, you know what? We got armor on our very first kill. No longer totally naked. I don't have a bottom on, but hey, pretty good. Okay, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was scary. I had no idea how that was going to play out. I don't think we could take a 7. There's another 6 over there. Don't want to pull any of the ones on the island because they will chain. Let's go back around. There's an area over here where there's a lot of coast runners, unfortunately, but now that I know that I don't need to run, hopefully, and now that I have totally sick armor on, look at that, 13 armor. I feel totally indestructible. Okay. There are a bunch of wolves on the left here. Does anything beat the vibe of Elwynn? Okay, level 6 stream runner. Let's take him on, let's take him. Resist. Resist. That stamina buff is huge. Oh, out of mana. Okay, run away. There's a level 7 there. We cannot take him. So killing level 6s, we will hit the next level in 17 kills. So if I can just get 17 more level 6 kills, I'm gonna save my water and my apple for a little bit. That'll put us at level 4. And if we can somehow scrape together... You know, I should save them to sell them, probably. Even though it's only 6 copper, that'll matter. If we can scrape together 1 silver, we will have a frostbolt. And then we can alternate frost and fire. We can slow them, we can kite them a little bit. Dot them with the fireball, slow them with the frostbolt. You know the drill. The key is getting there, because right now I'm really limited as far as which Murlocs I can attack. So that one's level 7. That person's destroying Murlocs over there. That one's level 6. And I think we can pull it solo. Despite being aquatic, they are a little slowed by water, which is nice. I need to back up. I'm not on my warrior. I cannot just walk and fight at the same time. See a little bit of hair sticking out of the water. Okay, okay. I'm scared. I need to have a full mana bar anytime I go after these. So if I can get together 2 silver, I can have Conjure Water and Frostbolt, and then from level 4 forward, I think we're good. Challenge complete, you know? Who cares about level 60? If I can just not die and get to level 5, that's good enough for me, right? Thank you for killing those wolves. Level 6 Murloc on the island, standing very close to another Murloc, but I think we can run if we pull both.
I need to get closer.
Let that dot tick on him a bit. Oh. A wolf behind that tree. That will eat us. There's a level 6. I'm just gonna mark that. Go stand by the road where it's a little safer. So I'm going to put a marking macro on my bar so I can do that easily. So the wolf is a no. Mark that. Look. But the Murloc, that is a yes. That is a yes, I'm going to kill you, Murloc. And water. Okay. 14 more kills. I need like a big counter. I wonder if there's like a weak aura that can do that. I'm so excited for Frostbolt. I've never been so excited for Frostbolt. Because normally getting it is just like, okay, I killed some wolves in the starter zone, give me Frostbolt, but this requires some exploration and some risk. Okay, there's a level 6. Please don't have anybody with you. Good, good, you're alone. Here, give me a hit. There you go. I think I picked the right character for this challenge. Except I can't wear anything but cloth. But you know what? 18 copper is 18 copper. Obviously. I should probably be on the other side of the lake where there aren't so many wolves mixed in with the Murlocs. I have this one. I get this Murloc. Thanks for the blessing of might. Totally useful. They probably don't have wisdom at this level. You know, it was a nice thought. So for professions on this character, I think I'm gonna go Herbalism Alchemy. So in fact, I will not need to be able to equip items that I've crafted because I can't craft any items, but except items from chests and Murlocs. And you can't get a fishing rod until level 35 at like the earliest, and that's from Perilous, where you can get the big iron fishing pole from, ooh, how about this one? It's just 6, sweet. You get the big iron fishing pole, but you have to open a bunch of clams, and there's Makura in there, Makrura, rather. Not Makura. Okay, it's a few too many resists for my taste. Nice. Should we take a level 7? Should we take a level 7? No, we're close enough. You know what? We're close enough. We can keep killing 6s for a little bit. We just need 11 more. That's not bad. Level 7. Level 7. Level 6. You are going to die. Yeah, there. See, that mage over there, he knows what he's doing. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, we're fighting. Stand our ground. So the question as to whether we can fight a level 7, I guess we're going to get an answer to that very soon. It's going to be a close one. If it resists too many of these, we're dead. Oh, okay. Wow. There's a level 6.
I don't have a target.
We could have just stayed on this side. Okay, so don't go through the lake, I guess. Moral of the story. And let's drink some water. Okay. We lose our stand buff in 18 minutes, which should be plenty of time to get to the next level. Without that stand buff, we would have been dead there. Yeah, sword.
I can't use that yet.
I can't use that yet. And I don't know why I would need a sword right now, other than it's just kind of cool. Class fantasy. Let's go around the other side. I am very uncomfortable staying on this side of the lake. I find myself wondering how the audio is. Like, I haven't listened back to this. I probably should have done another test run before starting this stream, but here we are, we're live. I'm going to log out in the inn for a little bit. Maybe back on tonight, but this was a good start. Hopefully I'll keep my 17 minutes of fort, and I'll get back to this. Do the RP thing. This is Goldshire after all. I mean, not that RP thing. I'm going to RP as if I'm going to sleep. Just sleep. Alright. This whole time, I didn't have my personal resource display on. I didn't have my health and mana visible. Like, it's up at the top left, but who has the time to look there? I think that's it for me. If you're watching this, and you are, because I'm talking to someone, right? Then I hope you